Well, hello everyone. It is Sunday, October the 15th, 2023. I'm Doug. It is time once again to play Wordle. Quick update. We are at 288 consecutive successful solves going into today. As I mentioned last week, we're trying to see if we can get it to 300 solves in a row. Just a little goal for us, and let's see what happens here. So now starting up today, we have Joel Sulak, 5927, who writes in, have you ever started with ado and story are my go-to starting words. Now, we've done ado a number of times. I think between the two, we've done ado more. So I'm thinking about story here. So I think we're going to see what kind of story we can write today. Let's see what happens. And okay, sometimes that will happen. You get nervous when you get to that fourth letter. It's still gray, but sure enough, there it seems like that it almost always comes down where you get the green letter at the end. So we have the Y at the end in position, so not so bad at all. And let's see, what do we want to do next? I feel like I do want to do an eval word. We have, of course, if it wasn't for the O, I would do audio. I'll tell you what's jumping off the page at me. I'm pretty confident we'll have one of the other vowels. So we have A, E, U, and I. So I could think of perhaps the word... Actually, I was originally thinking of the word guide, but now I'm trying to be really strategic, and I think I'm going to defer to guile, G-U-I-L-E, thinking that L is a little more common than D. So let's go with guile for eval, with a pretty good level of confidence I'm going to get something lit up on the board. So let's go ahead and do that. And look at that. Okay, so we have the L and the E out of position. So it is quite possible that we might have taken care of the vowels for this particular puzzle. Now there could, I don't know if there's going to be a double E. Perhaps there, actually, hold on. I was thinking maybe a double L, but that would be something like E-L-L-Y, which won't happen because we've got the L lit up in yellow in the fourth position. It wouldn't be something like Leary, L-E-E-R-Y, because the R is not a factor. So that is not necessarily the direction we want to go. So maybe the E could, I suppose the E could be on the fourth position, but that would mean we would have to have two consonants in front, because it would probably be L-E-Y, and I don't think that's what we're looking for either. So I do think we want to find something to look at with as many consonants as possible, strong consonants for that matter. Well, deep in the eval game, I don't know if I want to go with getting too crazy and trying to get 4 consonants in the A. That is tempting to me. I'm not sure. I'm not really convinced that's the right way to do this. Let's see here. Although I will admit, I'm sitting here playing with the different letters in my head in that direction. You could perhaps look at a word like candy. I know I'm trying to talk myself into something that may not be the best strategy. I'll freely admit that. We would get C-A-N-D looked at, so we would know for sure if the vowels are inclusive of just E or not. Because I imagine there's probably a few possibilities where that A could come into play. Boy, I'm really talking myself into candy here. And it's going to be one of those weird things where that might be a stroke of brilliance or a bad decision. Although, would that really be a bad decision? If we rule out C-A-N-D, it might force me to get a little bit more creative with figuring out what this is. So this one could be a controversial move. I could see some folks in the comments questioning my rationale here, but I'm going to go with candy. Another eval on the third guess, but I think it narrows down the possibilities either way. So we're going to try candy for eval and see what lights up, if something does. Oh, look at that. The A lit up. Oh, okay. All right. So... Okay. So, now, wait a minute. You know what? I think this may have been, I can go so far as to say a stroke of brilliance. I'm sure I'm sure you folks will check me a little bit on that. But look at this. If we take, now that we see this, I think I see a 50-50 here, right? So the 50-50 would be taking the L, the E, and the A, putting them in the front there, and that gives me two possibilities right off the bat. I see leafy or leaky. I don't see more than that, which is the good news. So I think leafy or leaky is the correct way to go with our fourth guess. I don't really think there is any other rational positioning for those letters. So I'm confident we've got it down to a 50-50 here. And in popping that A onto the puzzle board actually does really, I think that was the direction we needed to be able to go, figuring out if the A was a player. So, okay. So I'm going to go with leafy first. It really doesn't matter which one. I think we're a 50-50 to, in fact, have the solve here. And, of course, being Sunday, you know how I like to think. I try to pretend that everyone out there watching, no matter where you are, will say the catchphrase with me once a week on Sunday. So entertain me here for a few moments, if you will. Whatever you're doing. Maybe you're at a wedding. Maybe somebody you know is getting married, and they're in the middle. The ceremony's going on, and the master of ceremonies or whoever the officiant is saying, "If there's anyone in the audience that has anything they need to say, speak up now." And at that moment, we will say together is the answer to today's puzzle. The word leafy. No, it's not. Well, you wouldn't shout that out in that moment. But there we go, LEA blank Y. Boy, it's unfortunate that we didn't hit the 50-50 because that would have been a funny scenario, wouldn't it? So I guess fate didn't want to participate with my comedy, but that's okay. Let's pretend everything I just said, line it all back up. Take the last 30 seconds of the video and rewatch it and move up to here. So here we are, we're at the wedding, your best friend's wedding. And again, the officiant is saying, if anyone has anything they need to say, speak now or forever hold your peace. And we will go ahead and we will say to ourselves quietly first, is the answer to today's puzzle the word leaky? Yes, it is. Wow, what a long setup for a bit, huh? And my goodness, and of course in the comments below, if you were watching this video while your best friend was getting married, two things. First of all, shame on you. You couldn't wait till later. But second of all, I applaud your dedication to the channel and the content that you just couldn't wait another few minutes until the ceremony was over. And of course, number three, again, thank you for saying it out loud and disrupting the ceremony. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching this show. Of course, wait a minute, hold on. As promised, we will give you in advance the starting word for tomorrow's episode, Monday, October 16th. We are going to start with the word plead, P-L-E-A-D, plead. And I will plead that you and you continue to accept the silliness that goes on. I hope you enjoy it. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow for some more Wordle.